Hey everybody, what is going on? Pizza Minetti here for NYY News. Guys, this is not going to be, and Josh said Peter's sleeping like Casher. Nah, baby, I'm wide awake. We don't even know if that man is alive right now. This is going to be more of a recap video that I wanted to make a little earlier. And I figure now let me just go ahead and make that now. And then we're going to talk about a few different things and whatnot and go from there. So really, if you guys don't mind, again, as I always like to ask you guys, please go ahead and share this out. I greatly appreciate it. So go do that for me if you don't mind. And yeah, we will go from there. So I'll give everybody a few minutes. I know I jumped on a little late, but I wanted to, actually, we had to take the dogs out first. Doing some detox tea today. A little bit of detox tea. I'm a tea fanatic. I'm a tea fanatic fan. I always got some tea going on. But I'll give everybody a little bit of time to join, folks, and then we'll jump in on a little recap tonight and talk a little bit about I think one of the big moves of the day that affect the Yankees and maybe where they could go from here. And you know, we'll chat about that and then take some questions and you know all that fun shit. But it's not going to be a really long. It's not going to be one of the really long chats, I don't think, unless, you know, I go off on a tirade, which I'm very capable of doing all the time. But we will go from there. So let's get right into it, guys. Again, basically, just looking at a recap first. So the first big move of the day today, of course, again, we know everything about Max Scherzer. We know Robbie Ray. I already talked about that. I already covered those. So up until the Corey Seager signing, I talked about everything a little earlier. That was, of course, the Robbie Ray deal, which I really hate that Hal Steinbrenner didn't go there. But again, it's falls in line to what I was told all off season. But again, I'm not going to come on here to scream. That was earlier. My voice needs a little rest so I can do this again tomorrow because I'm pretty sure we're going to have more to talk about tomorrow. But the Texas Rangers, again, come out there. They've been aggressive. They signed Corey Seager to a 10-year deal. $325 million. He gets a $5 million signing bonus. They also signed Marcus Semien, as you guys know. So they really have reworked that infield in a new way. And the Lone Star State is very, very happy tonight. So they are very excited. And it's where they are right now. So the Texas Rangers do something. You know, you had a lot of guys like Jeff Passan and Buster Olney and Joel Sherman who all said, you know, it's just destiny that Seager is going to be a Yankee. And, you know, unfortunately, they don't get to get called frauds and stuff like that, like other people do who bust their ass to try to get something out there. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. You get that blue check mark, you get hired, and, you know, it is what it is. You could do whatever the hell you want. But Corey Seager ends up going to the Rangers, not really knowing what interest he had. I think the weirdest thing is, and this was earlier, that we come to find out the Yankees didn't even offer Robbie Ray anything. That goes to show me that they're either targeting one specific free agent or they're just not going to spend big in free agency at all, which is also what I've been told. And I keep saying I refuse to believe it just because I want the Yankees to spend some money. It comes down to that. I mean, I don't mind saying, I'll come on here immediately and go, hey, shit, my people were wrong. The Yankees spent. I'm happy. You know, that's not a loss for me. That's not a loss for my people. You know, it's just information they're giving me, so I really hope that is what happens. So, you know, he was another option. Semien was an option. We knew all that. Those guys were options for the Yankees at shortstop, and it doesn't work out. Marcus Semien is a Ranger, and also Corey Seager's a Ranger. So, you know, it is what it is. We'll move on from that one. The big one that I want to talk about that I actually think does affect the Yankees is what you guys were probably automatically expecting me to talk about, which is the idea that Gary Sanchez has a good shot at being a catcher again in 2022. And I tell you what, guys, this is not a team that is serious about winning. I mean, that's all there is to it. You know, you don't have much defense anymore of Gary Sanchez. You just don't have much defense anymore about Gary Sanchez. You just don't. You know, whether it's early on when I reported and everybody wanted to rip my throat out and kill me and came at me in every way you could think of, that Gary Sanchez was out of shape. He came to camp out of shape. Joe Girardi was very upset. Yankees leadership was very upset. And the downfall started a little bit there. Then he got in good shape. Then Gary Sanchez worked at it, and he looked like he was getting in better shape. And last year, he was in good shape. And already there's pictures of the offseason, him working on his balance and things like that. It's very, very odd. Because he has gotten better in that sense. He's gotten in better shape, and he has. There's no denying there's hard work there. Nobody denies that. People that just say fat and lazy, that's a bad argument. He's not. That's just something to look to pick on Gary about. He's not fat and lazy. Gary Sanchez works. Gary Sanchez is not a catcher. I have said this about Gary Sanchez for a long time. Gary Sanchez needs a change of scenery, and he desperately needs a DH spot or a DH in the National League where he can kind of flip-flop in that role, whether he catches a few games, but he gets a DH. And it's more about his offense. I believe Gary Sanchez is being limited because he plays a position he doesn't like. Again, you can go back to, I think it was 2015 or 2016. There's a scouting report on MLB.com that the scout literally says in there that Gary Sanchez may not have the heart to stay at catcher. If he really loves that position, it's really hard. You really got to work at that position and stay there for a long time. And you do continuously get better. It beats you up a lot. Gary has not handled that position well. Going from the fact that nobody on the staff at the end of the year even wanted to catch him. Corey Kluber didn't. Jordan Montgomery at the end started going to Higashioka. And we know already about Garrett Cole. Whether they get to the postseason, if it's a wild card game or game 1 of a big game or a game 7 or a game 5, Gary Sanchez isn't catching. He's not catching. So what is it about Gary Sanchez that the Yankees want to keep? Everybody brings up, well, it's the bat. That's not it anymore. The Yankees know at this point, and if the Yankees don't know, they're which is probably true, they have gone so far into living in the world of analytics that the idea that he's a decent offensive catcher, one of the better ones in baseball, they're going to keep him there. And defense doesn't mean jack shit. And their idea is, well, we have a backup catcher for a reason. Gary's going to pop a homer every now and then, so that's good enough. Can't do that. If the Yankees are a serious club, there's time. It's not like they're saying Gary's the catcher, that's it. There is time. And I'll even tell you some names, but there is time to move on from Gary Sanchez. I feel you have to. No matter what happens, you got to move on from it. And I saw something here from a guy on here. I want to talk about this because it's hilarious because I get this a lot. This is from Alberto. Honest question, Pete. Did Gary Sanchez hurt you personally? Don't get me wrong. I like you and love everything NY News does. I want to move on from Sanchez too, but man, it looks like you hate him. It looks like I hate him because I want him to move on from the team I like. I hate him because I'm saying the Yankees need to move on from Gary Sanchez. Where do you get hate from that? And on top of that, I'm going to just keep it real with you because that's what we do here. Yankee fans got every right to seriously dislike Gary Sanchez. Simple as that. You think it's cool for a guy to get a pass ball and he rolls to the ball? He tiptoes to the ball to go get it? Guy's halfway down first base? You think it's okay for a guy to ground out and not even run? You think it's okay for a guy to get a ball about 40 feet away from a player? A great throw to home plate? And move away from home plate and let the guy score? You think it's okay for big playoff games in October or postseason type games in October? A guy hits a pop-up and Gary Sanchez doesn't even touch the ball with his glove? I don't dislike Gary Sanchez at all. I'm actually looking to help Gary Sanchez. I need him to move on to go to another club. There you go. Bad Dog hates him. I personally don't hate the guy. I hate him as a baseball player for the Yankees 100%. But you saying, has he done something personally to me? Yeah, you know what? He gave me Ajit all season. Is that enough? So you are trying to create something that makes no sense. Maybe FIP you. That's got to be a T-shirt at some point. FIP you. Got to be a T-shirt. Nah, Alberto, I love you, fam. Thank you for the question. But moving on from that. So this is the big news today. Everybody on this channel knows how much I really like Jacob Stallings. I thought he would be a terrific fit for the Yankees because if you're going to give up offense, you really need to pick up a huge amount of defensive production. Stallings is arguably the best defensive catcher in Major League Baseball. Now he's on his way to the Miami Marlins. And guys, before I go into that, let me give you guys a little heads up. Let me go back. Let me tell you the names because I actually broke this down and I actually did the homework on this to tell you what that type of deal would have actually been. So the Pirates get from the Miami Marlins, Zach Thompson, who is a starting pitcher at the Major League level, Kyle Nicholas, who is a low A pitcher, and also Connor Scott, who I believe is an outfielder in low A. Okay, so I'm going to give you a better offer immediately from the New York Yankees. And maybe there's a little bit of control issues here, but the other players are better from my understanding and what I'm looking at. So when you look at this and you say, okay, well, why did the Yankees go after this guy? What would the deal look like? Here's what the deal would have looked like on the Yankee side compared to what the Miami Marlins gave the Pirates. Domingo Germán, Matt Sawyer, and Ryder Green. That would have been a better package. Is there anybody in this room right now who would not have given that up for Jacob Stallings, who also is owed less money than Gary Sanchez? And we know the Yankees are trying to do everything they can to save money. What do you guys think? I'll say it again. Domingo Germán, Matt Sawyer, who is in low A, or high A, I believe, and Ryder Green, who is an A-ball. That's what it would have took on the Yankee side. And if you're just comparing what the deals would have been, that's what the deals would have been. Again, Domingo Germán, Matt Sawyer, and Ryder Green is a very, very comparable, if not better, deal from Pittsburgh to the Miami Marlins on the Yankee side. So, looking at that and thinking of that, you had a chance to get Jacob Stallings. We knew he'd probably be traded. It just made sense. But there's still hope out there if the Yankees want to make a change. You have two free agent catchers who I know, again, everybody's going to say, I don't know, because of offense. Guys, forget offense at the catching position. Forget offense at the catching position for the time being. The Yankees got guys in that lineup that need to drive in runs. They need a healthy DJ LeMahieu, which hopefully they're getting. And they just need to do things better. They need some athletes in the lineup. Estevan Florial needs to be in his lineup. Estevan Florial at least needs to be on the bench. Oswaldo Cabrera should potentially get a shot. So if you look at all that, Roberto Perez, Yan Gomes. Roberto Perez is also one of the best defensive catchers in baseball. Yeah, he's had a rough year. He had a rough 2020 also. I get it. Before that, 2019, 20-plus homers, 230 average. He's a powerful guy. Everybody knows he's going to hit homers. I think he was injured also last year. So I don't know how much that had an effect in it. But Roberto Perez is a guy who homers. Roberto Perez is a guy who, again, forget the homer, so fit me for saying home run. He plays defense. Guys catch him. Guys want to throw to him. Yan Gomes, another guy. Not as good defensively as Roberto Perez is, but I'm down for it. The Yankees have to move on from Gary Sanchez. It's as simple as that. You can't go through another year with this. You just can't do it. You just can't do it. Jonathan, my fam, thank you so much, man. That's exactly what I'm here to do. I'm here to work hard for you guys. This is the future. This is the future for me and my team. This is it right here. So working hard for you guys is what it's all about. Wilson Contreras, not that good defensively. Comparable to Gary. But maybe change of sceneries work good for everybody. You got your other guys out there, Carson Kelly. They're looking at in Arizona. He could be very available because Dalton Varsho is likely going to be their new catcher. So maybe you got Carson Kelly who could be available. I love Carson Kelly. Sanchez, Gary got to go at this point. And guys, I've had many people DM me too and ask me, what are the Yankees going to do? Are they going to make a big move? Look, I'm holding out hope in the sense of there's still things that can be done. If the Yankees take the route more and they go, okay, well, the reason why we didn't jump into all these free agent signings is because, you know what? We're not spending the money. Nothing Cashman could do about that. I'm not sticking up for Cashman. You guys know, I've went at Brian Cashman a lot. I'm not sticking up for Brian Cashman. But if Brian Cashman, like I reported, is being told, Cashy, money's cut. If he's being told that, Brian Cashman can't do jack shit. And I'm not sticking. You guys know me. You guys, don't get me wrong here. You guys know, fam. You know me. If you've watched me, you know. I tore into all of them. So this is not me being cute. This is me just being honest. If Brian Cashman is told, look, there ain't nothing to spend. He talked about the latitude bullshit, but, latitude my ass. Ladder bullshit-tude is what it really was. Ain't no latitude. They don't have money, then they're not spending it. And again, look, I will be utterly shocked. And let me give you guys my opinion ahead of time. If the Yankees came out of nowhere and signed Carlos Correa, I'll be out my mind shocked. But again, it's not enough. 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 Carlos Correa is not enough himself. Jim Duggan, my greatest critic, always looking to criticize Pete, says I say fam a lot. Well, fam, sorry fam, but fam, it's my channel, fam, and it's going to be my channel, fam, and NY News TV, fam, is going to be brilliant because you also got mad about me talking so much about January. But Jim Duggan, I always see you up in here, fam, and I love that you're up in here, fam, and it's a wonderful thing for you, fam. I love you being in here, fam. Come on, stop it. But no, if the Yankees went out there, blew it up, all of a sudden, whoever reports, Carlos Correa, New York Yankee, 10 years, blah, blah, blah. Guys, I'm going to come on here, I'm going to say, cool, it's a good start, but it's not enough. And it's not enough. So you heard me already, so don't be shocked if it ever happens. Here's what I would love to see. And let me get to your guys' questions. Let me get to your guys' questions, and then I'll talk about this other stuff. Chaboy says, Pirates no longer have a catcher on their roster. Package Gary and others for Reynolds. They ain't gonna want it for Reynolds though, fam. As much as nah, Gary ain't going to Pittsburgh. Joseph, where's Beaks? Joseph, fam, I tell you, I love it. Jonathan, NY News team are the realest ones, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. We are definitely the realest ones. Kicking it with Roy. What's going on, fam? Honestly, what are we doing, bro? At this point, kill me. Hey, man, it's nobody gonna kill you, fam. We love you here. But nah, it's a big difference, man. It's weird right now. It's weird right now. Put it that way. Gary for Reynolds, who says no? If they offered Gary for Reynolds, Ben Sherrington should hit Cashman over the head with a phone. Guys, stop it. Gary, he said. Daniel said Cashman wouldn't do it. Oh, man. That is hilarious. L.I. Yankee King says, if money is getting cut, then why not try to trade your big money guys like Chapman, Stanton? Oh, God. L.I., it's not that easy, fam. Gallo, yeah, you could trade. Tyone, you're probably not going to trade. He's injured right now. Hicks is going to be hard to trade. Chapman, I agree with you on that one. I think Chapman should have definitely been moved. Stanton's not going to be traded. LeMahieu's not going to be traded. You got to keep it real. Harry says, serious question. How many 30 mil contracts do you need on this team to make you happy? Actually, I'm not for all the big contracts. I'm not. It's the way your money is spent. That is key. The key is how your money is being spent. It's not about signing the biggest guys. It's about how you're spending that. Guys, look, next year alone, the Yankees got two bullpen arms that are making over 30 plus million combined. That's nuts. That is, and I'm not even counting Green in that. But with Green, you're pushing 35 plus million for three guys in a bullpen. That's not the way you run a team. That is not the way you run a team. The Yankees it's not about the big contract. It's about how it is spent. And the Yankees have done a poor job on that. You're paying Aroldis Chapman $18 million next year. You're paying Britton $14 million. You're paying Chad Green $7+ million. That's a lot of money for three bullpen arms when you got Steven Ridings, Ron Monaco, whatever his name is. Who else are all Albert Abreu's still down there. Luis Gil could potentially go to the pen. There's a lot of guys there that could do that. You shouldn't be spending all that money on a bullpen. You shouldn't be spending all the money like that on the bullpen. The moves the Yankees should be looking to do is potentially move. Of course, Luke Voit, we know, got to go. And he still has to go. So we know the Yankees got to make trades. And before I went off on a little rampage there, I was going to say, what the hopes of if you look at this with a little optimism, and trust me, I understand it's hard to have right now. But if you look at this with a little bit of optimism, and you sit back and you go, okay, I'm looking at the overall picture here. We need a first baseman. Not a lot of teams right now, are talking Matt Olson, but we also still have the opportunity of Rizzo. I don't think Friedman leaves. I don't think Freddie Freeman leaves Atlanta. I don't know if that's a real possibility. I haven't heard nothing about that. But maybe we got that option. Chris Taylor could be an option for the Yankees because he could play all over. Not good. Mind you, he doesn't play shortstop good. Center field he could play. He could play left. He could play third, short, second. So, you got Olson out there. The Yankees got every chance in the world to get Olson and a starting pitcher. Guys, Oswald Peraza is one of the best prospects in Major League Baseball. I have talked about this guy a lot. I went to see him multiple times this year. Very, very big fan of Oswald Peraza. Very big fan of him. He's the best defensive shortstop in the minor leagues. People don't know that. He's the best defensive shortstop in the minor leagues. He's arguably the fastest runner, if not top 3, that the Yankees have in the minor leagues. He has significant pop to right field. He sprays the ball all over. Oswald Peraza could play shortstop right now for the Yankees. He could play shortstop right now also for the Oakland A's. But I feel Cashman in the sense, if I'm going to give you Peraza, If I'm going to add more to that, you got to give me a starting pitcher. I want Manaea. So if there is any conversation, and again, the Yankees keep this shit very, very tight in the circle. Not a lot of this stuff comes out. Eddie blanks, we do need pitching. This is, again, the problem with a lot of Yankee fans. The Yankees do need pitching. You can, let me get to that. I get easily off track. I understand that, but let me finish my point here, and I'll talk about the pitching. If Brian Cashman sits back and he goes, look, I know Rizzo's there. We got Rizzo as a backup. He already let us know he wants to come back. If there is another offer and he wants to accept it, we'll get that chance. So we have time to work on that because that's a common thing in free agency. But if you know there's a possibility that there's not a lot of interest as much as you expected, or it's not going to cost as much as you expected to get a guy like Olsen and maybe a Manaea, maybe you're a little hesitant to say, let me go throw that 150 at Robbie Ray. Now, this is not me talking because I do it in a heartbeat. But if I'm Brian Cashman, maybe he knows there's trades on the horizon that are going to make this club better. You know what I mean? Maybe that's a possibility. Eddie, it's fine, man. I still want to talk about the pitching anyway. But maybe that's a possibility. You know what I mean? Maybe there's a trade out there that none of us are thinking of. Cashman's done that before, right? He finds the offensive players. I give him credit on that one. He finds the offensive players. So, he does that. But on the pitching front, Carlos Rodon, I love him. He had a terrific season, huge strikeout numbers. He's never healthy. And I mean, again, that's just another risk for the Yankees. Jameson Taillon is an extremely good pitcher when he stays healthy. And you know, the Yankees there's not a sure thing in baseball, and I understand that. I understand there's not a sure thing in baseball. I understand that. But you want to feel somewhat of assurance when you're getting somebody who you feel is going to be on the field. You know what I mean? So you got to try to go out there and find pitching. Whether it's a number 2, a solid number 3, you can't count on Luis Severino, guys. And another thing, I'm going to make a point about Garrett Cole. In New York City, Garrett Cole's pressure has gone up even more now. Max Scherzer's in New York. Cole's a competitor. He knows that. Cole's a competitor. Garrett Cole also has to prove himself this year. Got to prove himself this year. Garrett Cole probably will be pitching this year with more pressure than he's pitched in probably in his career. Because there's a lot of people that are watching his outings even closer now than they ever have before. Because of the spite attack. Because of all that stuff. You know what I mean? You know, there's a lot he got to do now. There's a lot of proving on his end. Bassett or Manaea would be great. L.I. Yankee King, thanks for the super chat. Again, maybe Clayton Kershaw's a target. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, you never know. But I don't think that's necessarily a fit. I see some people in here saying that the Blue Jays losing Ray and getting Gossman, and of course losing Simeon. But the thing you got to remember about the Blue Jays is that towards the end of the year, a lot of the young guys started to come up, and they were showing legitimate potential. Now they're going to have a full year of those guys. Pearson, Manoah, whatever his name is, another good young pitcher. Gossman, of course, added. You can't downplay Gossman too much. He's a fly ball pitcher, which I think kind of worries me if I'm Toronto. I think that ERA is going to go up a bit. I don't think he'll be the same guy. I don't think he'll put up anything of a year like Robbie Ray did, so I definitely see that being a point. But I do think their pitching still has a chance to be strong, and they just still have a dynamic offense. I mean, these guys just keep getting better. John Parker, great show. Just found your channel. Fam, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Stick around. Stick around. January, NY News TV is going to be absolutely terrific. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. I can see Kershaw to the Rangers. I can see that. Do you consider Javi Baez for the Yankees? No, I don't. I don't consider Baez for the Yankees. I mean, I guess, Brian Cashman does things that you never know about. Again, guys, I've repeated this a couple of times today, but I like to repeat it because I want people to know I'm not Ken Rosenthal. I'm not none of these guys that have all these amazing sources. I got a few guys that have given me very good information throughout my life, actually. Throughout when I was 17 years old, started writing for NY News way back in the day. I've had some close family friends that know some significant people that have, put me in a decent spot with them, and we still are. And throughout the years, I've developed some more relationships with people, and even definitely over the last 6 months. So, stuff I get, I put out there when I get it, and I do verify it. So, where, if I know something, you'll know it. Put it that way. If it's not the Yankees related, sometimes I don't put it out there because I don't care. And I'm just being real. Sometimes I don't care. Noah Syndergaard. I told my team he's signing with the Angels. He got a 1-year deal, big deal. He's going to sign with the Angels. And me and my team like, oh, damn, that's a good deal for him, blah, blah, blah. Comes out, boom. And I'm like, oh, yeah, see. You know what I mean? And I didn't care to report it. And I'll be honest with you, Felix, who is also the co-owner of NY News, the original owner of NY News, he told me, he's like, Pete, you should put that information out there anyway, no matter what. But I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't care about other teams. I really care about my Yankees. Just for fun break says, absolutely love your channel. You're outdoing everyone. Hey man, it is what it is. We built this thing up. I take a lot of pride in NY News, and man, NY News TV, guys, is my baby. So if you hear me say it a lot, you hear me talk about January a lot, just understand that it's for you guys. You know what I mean? It's not for me. It's for you. So when I know, like Jim has said it before, I'll be always talking about January. Well, it's something that I've been able to put together. You know what I mean? And I'm very, very excited about it. And it's not for me. It does nothing for me. You know what I mean? It's for the New York Yankees fan. Because I look around and I see our beat writers. I see what they do. I see what they talk about. And this sucks. It sucks. They're not holding his team to the fire at all. They're not doing anything like that. They're not holding a team to the fire. They're not asking the questions that the fans want to hear them ask. They're not doing anything like that. So that's what NY News TV is going to be. NY News TV will be right here. Adam, NY News TV is going to be right here. If you see, the title of the channel has already changed to NY News TV. So that has already changed. There's going to be a lot more change on it. Come probably the first or second week of December, you guys will see everybody who is joining and what NY News TV is actually going to be. So that is going to be a very, very exciting time. And again, that's why I talk about it so much. Am I down for, why are you down on Sevy? He pitched pretty well when he came back. Well, the reason I'm down on Sevy is because he's not supposed to be coming back as a relief pitcher. And he hasn't pitched since 2018. I think that's a pretty good reason to be, not too confident in Luis Severino. He hasn't pitched since 2018 as a starting pitcher. There's been a lot of injury. There's been a lot of innings missed. There hasn't been a lot of workload on that arm and that body. So for me, I can't see Luis Severino as a number 2. And if the Yankees try to sell him as this, we got Severino back, that's our big starter acquisition, that ain't it. That ain't it. I could see Tanaka coming back. I reported on that very early in the offseason that I was told that Tanaka wants to come back to America. So we'll see what happens there. Nothing since then. That's the only time I ever was told about it. That's the only time I was ever told about it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Hey, look at that. We're definitely Simonetti after dark right now. I'll probably push this a little past probably 12 today and keep the conversation going and answer some questions. At least I don't have to yell too much. I did a lot of yelling today. I'll save the rest of that for tomorrow. That's why I'm drinking tea. I don't want to lose my voice. Anthony Medina, my good friend, says, Yankees haven't done anything, Pete, but I'm grateful for you and the NYY News team. Anthony, we are grateful for you too, my friend. We are grateful for you too, my friend. Ryan says, can we actually trade Gary Sanchez? Yeah, I think we can for something of value. Yeah, I think you'll get something for him. Especially after the CBA comes out and maybe there's the DH in the National League. I think you definitely can. Chris says, what the heck is Cashman doing, Pete? This is frustrating. It's as frustrating for me as everybody else. You know what I mean? It's hard. It sucks. It really is. It sucks. It definitely sucks because you want to see him do something, right? Like I said earlier, when Scherzer signed, Yankee fans were upset and all that. Now, I think Yankee fans got a real legitimate reason to be upset when Ray signed, only $23 million a year for 5 years. That's a joke of a contract. If Robbie Ray pitches to a 4 ERA, pitches 170 innings, and obviously has his over 200 strikeouts, it's a hell of a deal. It's a steal. Even at a 4 ERA, that's a steal. If he's healthy, that's a steal. That's a steal. Who is this? Timothy says, Tanaka, Story, Olsen, another piece from the A's. Sanchez gone. You psyched about offseason? Yes. If the other piece from the A's is also another pitcher, I'd be very psyched. And are we in a good place? The Yankees right now? No, not at all. You can't depend on Aaron Hicks. You can't depend on Gary Sanchez. You can't depend on the rotation. Yeah, the only deals that really upset me, I didn't ever expect Max Scherzer to be a Yankee. I was kind of upset to find out the Yankees had nothing to go after him with. They didn't look to do that. But Ray and Stallings definitely bothered me. Ray and if I ranted before those guys got signed, it would have been a really ugly rant. It would have been no. I ranted with the Ray one. I did rant with the Ray one. I stopped there, but I didn't see the Stallings one. But if they were together, it would have been a crazy rant. Oh, are you talking about, Timothy, are you talking about if we made those moves? Are we in a good place? Yes, very good place. I like that. I will like that. Nicholas says, Pete, I haven't checked out your channel in a while. I think you had around 3,000 to 4,000 subs, and now you're closing in on 7K. Congrats, man. Keep it up. Glad your channel's gaining more popularity. Nicholas, thank you. The growth has been terrific. It just all goes to hard work. And again, what we're building here, I truly believe we are building something extremely special, like no Yankee fan is ever going to have on YouTube, at least. And it's going to expand. Our podcast will go on all platforms, Spotify, Apple, all that fun stuff. But we're just going to have content overload. Just so much for you guys. So much. So much stuff for you guys there. But Timothy, getting back to what you said, I think we would be in a very good spot then. And then you just gotta hope. Then you just gotta hope that the nutcase Aaron Boone doesn't do nothing too much to ruin it. Unfortunately. Anthony, thank you for the super chat. He says, the fact that the Yankees weren't even in on Ray is embarrassing. I can't disagree. The contract should have been very affordable due to how much he signed for. $23 million a year. $23 million a year. $23 million a year for Robbie Ray over 5 years. That was a hell of a get by the Mariners. I was shocked when I saw it. I said, when I saw the money, I was like, holy shit, that's crazy. When I saw the money, that was insane. That was definitely insane. There was a question here I wanted to ask. Hey Pete, what does Pop say about all of this? If you guys, a lot of you guys are new in here, Pop is my father, so I call him Pops. Pop's a major Yankee fan. Very old school Yankee fan. But he knows his shit, man. Look, let me tell you guys something about the guys who've been watching baseball for a long time. They know their shit. They know their shit. And Pop's the type of dude that knows the analytics, too. So, hey, Pops had me on Gallo. You know, he told me Gallo's going to be a train wreck for the Yankees, and he was. So, we'll see what happens. You know, Pops just thinks that he doesn't think they're going to go very far. You know, he has the same mindset as me when it comes to Aaron Boone. Nobody likes that. I don't like Aaron. I think Aaron Boone was a terrible, terrible. And I think it shows the disconnect between the fan base and the organization. I really do. I think it shows the disconnect. I think 70+% of the Yankee fan base wanted Boone gone. They got sick of him. And they still are. Fire Boone chants. And you're going to hear it more this year, especially if they ever got off to a slow start. So, you know, he's upset with the offseason, definitely. He laughs about it. He's very upset they haven't re-signed Aaron Judge, and he's right about that. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. X-Wing Class says, I'm convinced the Yankees are going to bring back Gary after all we've seen from this guy. I just saw Cashman spoke about Sanchez. He falls in love with certain guys. Hicks is another one of his guys. Man, I don't know, man. I really like Chris. I like Bassett, but I think Manaea would be more likely for the Yankees when it comes to a deal potentially with the A's. I think Manaea would be more likely. Oh, yeah, he definitely respects batting average as a stat. I don't know who can't respect batting average. I never understood that argument. I truly never understood that argument at all. Never understood it. Let me just check something real quick, guys, and then I'll be right back with you. All right, nothing there, nothing there. Man, thank you. I see a couple people already shared this on Twitter, too. So I appreciate oh, my God, I can't even talk. I appreciate you guys for doing that. Thank you so much. Let's see. Hey, Pete, which A starting pitcher? I already said that one. Chris Jennings. I answered that one. Montes would also be up there. Plain and simple. It's time to make moves, says Austin Torres. I agree with you, Austin. Thank you for the another subscriber there. Appreciate it. DJ Steels. What's good, fam? Peter the Philosopher signs with the Mets for 6 years, $190 million with an opt-out after 2023. Hey, I'll drink to that. Even though it's tea. Even though it's only tea. And there you go. Look, got a little Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic. Money has to go somewhere. Why not extend Judge now? Yeah, I mean, that's another thing, right? If that's going to be the case, extend Judge now. Why would Judge want to stay here? He loves the Yankees. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's hard to leave somewhere you've been for so long. I mean, if you guys heard my Kevin Kernan interview, Kevin Kernan told him, he was like, I would bolt to the Giants. You know what I mean? He's a California guy. He told him, I will bolt to the Giants. I'd bolt to the Giants. Hope we get Trevor Story and Olsen tomorrow. That would be a nice surprise waking up in the morning. Yeah, I think that would be absolutely terrific. I think that would be terrific. I'd be very happy with Trevor Story. You guys have heard me talk about him a lot. I like him. I like Trevor Story on the Yankees. I think he's very athletic. I think he can move positions very easily. And I think that could help him in the future when Volpe or Peraza are the Yankees. Well, let me just say not when they're ready. When the Yankees are ready to call them up, because guys have been ready and the Yankees don't call them up. Adam says, do you like Zach Hempel? I don't really know much about the guy, to be honest. I know he's the guy who catches all the home run balls and shit like that, but guys, I don't care about these guys. I care about my team, my people that are with me and my N1 News family, and that's it. Manaea is a Tommy John waiting to happen. Well, if he gives us the 1 year, who cares? You know what I mean? If he gives us the 1 year, who cares? After that, who knows? I don't know if the Yankees re-sign him, but you got to just worry about 2022. And that's the thing as Yankee fans, man. We got to worry about 2022, not when Jason Dominguez is ready in 2024. Got to worry about 2022. We got to bring the idea back of winning now. It's very important. You got to bring that idea back of winning now. Simple as that. That philosophy must make a hard comeback in the Yankee community, especially the fan base. You know, falling in love with prospects is cute, and I get it. Nowadays, it's a big thing. But a prospect is a prospect. It's a hit and miss. No matter how good they look. No matter how good they project to be. It's a hit and miss. It's a hit and miss. And the Yankees are a win-now club. When you're a win-now club, you expect to win now. It's your boy, fam. I appreciate you, man. Can't believe that some fans are okay with Gary being a catcher because other catchers don't have the offense he has. Catchers are more defense than offense, to be honest. It's your boy. Spot on, man. I mean, I've had this argument with many. I don't get it. After what you've seen, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I really don't, man. I really don't. I don't understand it. It's so obvious when you're top guy. When your top guy doesn't want to pitch to you, that's a problem. Towards the end of the year, when 3/5 of the rotation don't want to pitch to you, that's a problem. That's all there is to it, guys. You know, that's your answer right there. If you're an organization, that's your answer right there. When's the last time Gary Sanchez played in the playoff game? You know what I mean? I mean, not Higashioka been up in there. So, Pete, stop it. You talk like a win-now guy. Don't you know what this club is? Daniel, I feel you, fam. I know, man. Did I like the Phil Nevin firing? I did. I think it was time to move on. I'm literally still laughing. Where did that go? I just lost that one. I was just reading one of them. Did it go away? Oh, no. I'm literally still laughing about your earlier stream, NY News. I asked my guy what's brewing. He said my coffee. That's true. I got it on here. I can't show you guys the person, but no, I got it right there on my thing. Yeah, I asked him. I said, is there anything brewing? He said, Pete, my coffee. Take it easy. That's it. That's what he told me. That's 100% fact. Pete, the Yankees are waiting to pay Judge when he gets injured to pay less. Woo! Sounds like a Yankee thing to do. Pete, I want to get to somebody's. Pete, love the show. Been listening for a couple of months now. What do Yankees do with Gio and Glaber? Much love, fam. Hey, Jay, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Jay Sino, you are the man, fam. Thank you so much. You know, a lot of Yankee fans are probably going to be upset with me on this one, but I think the Yankees' best team has DJ LeMahieu at second base. I don't think there's room for Gleyber Torres. And I think as a win-now team, those are those tough choices you got to make. And I look to move on from Gleyber. You know, when I say I'm moving on from somebody and they go somewhere else and do great, God bless them. I'm happy for them. But they didn't work here. And in reality, the best second baseman on the New York Yankees is DJ LeMahieu. There's no denying that. Overall, he's the best second baseman. You also paid him. You should go with him. When it comes to Gio, have Oswaldo Cabrera, maybe a Jonathan VR. Have a good bench player that you're comfortable with that guy starting at third base. Not an Odor who's never played there before. Have somebody there who you know could play third base well and could hit a little bit. Have a strong bench. Why not? Have a pretty strong bench. That's also important in baseball. It's always been and it always will be. No matter what numbers tell you, that's always been important in baseball. Let me get to the next one here. I'm not going to go into the stadium, not buying anything from this team. Pete, the Yankees are waiting. Okay, I saw that one. The Yankees are waiting to pay Judge less. Oh, there's the sound. I'm not even going to read that comment. Let's see. DJ Steele says, how about Baez? I just don't see that as a fit. I mean, Coop, what's going on, fam? I just don't see that as a fit. I know maybe that's not the answer that you want. I guess it wouldn't shock. I think nothing would really shock me. But I just don't see that as a fit. Have they even signed a hitting coach just for fun breaks? No, they haven't. No, they haven't. Tyler, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Would you sign up for offseason? Sign Suzuki, who's the Japanese center fielder, who's very good, by the way, from the things I've heard about him recently. Sign Rodon. Trade for Olsen and Manaea. Sign Story. And trade Sanchez, a non-10 to him. I don't know who's replacing him. Sign me up for that. Yeah, sign me up for that. Guys, I've been saying this since the beginning. I'm not hard to please this offseason. But I don't know how you failed this offseason. And that's the scary thing that we're seeing right now. You guys have heard me say you can have a plan 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E, 1F. The list can go on and on and on and on. The list can just keep going. It could go on and on and on. But right now, we're concerned because there has been nothing at all. And a lot of the guys that were rumored and speculated are gone. They're gone now. Brian Reynolds says Eddie Rosario would be a good pickup, and I'm not hearing many folks talk about him. Oh, many talk about him, not many folks. I'm sorry, I'm putting my own language in people's writings here. Eddie Rosario would be a good pickup for a lot of teams. He'd be a good pickup for a lot of teams. He'd be a good pickup for a lot of teams. Johnny, you didn't miss much, man. Just kind of doing a recap here. So you didn't miss much, fam. Thank you for being here. Some trades have to happen tomorrow. Johnny, I agree with you. I think trades will happen. The Yankees got to do something. Look, they got to trade Luke Voit. They got to trade Luke Voit. I told my team earlier, don't be shocked to see the Red Sox make a big move. And you could take that how you want, but that wouldn't shock me if the Red Sox come out of nowhere and make a big move. As of right now, of course, it's a failure of an offseason. There's no denying that. There's no denying that. As of right now, it's definitely a failure. Yeah, Jonathan, you could definitely move Gleyber Torres. You could definitely move Gleyber Torres, and you'll get a good return for him still. Even if he's a part of an A's deal. Even if he's a part of an A's deal. And maybe that leads you more to getting a guy like Bassett. Voit for Olsen? No, you gotta be realistic, man. You gotta be realistic. Jake says, Pete, this might be, I think he meant hope. Hope from me, but could it be that we haven't heard anything because Correa is who the Yanks want? It would make sense because we haven't heard shit about Correa or the Yankees. Like I said, man, it's possible. I've always said that it's possible. But again, I'm just going off of what I've been told. And trust me, I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. And I want to be wrong. I want my people to be wrong. Everything I have been told is that the Yankees will not add a significant contract. So if they added Correa, who's going to get over $300 million, I'll be shocked out my mind. I will be shocked out my mind. Brendan, thank you so much, man. What type of contract do you expect Trevor Story to get? Do you think he gets short-term or goes for a Simeon-type deal? He's a perfect fit for us. Brendan, I agree. I think he is a really good fit for the Yankees. I like him a lot for us. I think he's a good fit for this ball club. I think he gets a Simeon deal. I do. I think the way this market is going, there's going to be no need for a guy to take a short-term deal. I would love to see him take a short-term deal with the Yankees. I really would. I would love to see the Yankees get away with a 1-year, $27, $28 million deal if possible. That would be terrific. But I don't think it's happening. The market is very strong. We're seeing that. You know, if you were to take a deal like that, just put it like this. If you were to take a deal like that, the Rangers or somebody else, not the Rangers necessarily, the Mariners, Detroit, the Dodgers, Boston maybe. There's a lot of the Angels. There's a lot of teams out there that would say, hey, frig that. We'll give you more than that. We'll give you way more than that. Jake, you're right. You're right. There's no such thing as overpaying free agents. I agree. I agree. There isn't. The only thing about Correa that maybe potentially you could see is that maybe they sign him for a very long-term deal. And that way that money's spread out a little bit to make Hal a little more comfortable. But guys, I'm not the one who put the information. I'm not the one who's bringing that information. This is just coming from people that I trust. I trust a lot. And, before it was cool in the offseason to say the Yankees weren't spending, I told you guys. Because that's what I told you. Four of my best people told me. So we'll see. We will go just a couple of minutes more. I really didn't want to go too long, and I'm almost hitting another hour. That's how quick this stuff goes. Would I be opposed to a 12-year deal for Correa? No, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be at all. I wouldn't be at all opposed to anything like that. I wouldn't be opposed to anything like that. I would not be opposed to nothing like that. Anything that makes the Yankees better, I'm not opposed to. And at the end of the day, I'm not paying the contract, so I don't care really. But again, I'm just telling you guys what I've been told. Oh, we got some big news for you guys right now. Big news in Yankee world. Brace for this one. You guys ready? Chris Gittens was released. Chris Gittens has been released. Wow. We're gonna take a toast to Chris Gittens. He was Gittens it in with the Yanks. Chris Gittens was getting it in with the Yanks. Simonetti after dark could get a little strange in here. Simonetti after dark could get a little strange in here. Take it easy, fam. Roster at 39. Oh no. No, but can I explain this for a second for you guys? Let me explain this real quick for you guys though. Anthony said, so what does that mean? You guys might have heard me say this or I might have said it earlier. I don't know. I've been live and talking with you guys so damn much. That maybe I know I said it. When the non-roster stuff comes out, you want to have space open on your 40-man. You want to have space open on your 40-man in case somebody else is released and you jump in and pick them up. Yeah, Jim is always telling me how to run my channel, man. I don't know what's up with Jim. But Jim been around for a minute. That's the thing. Jim been around for a minute. I like Jim. Jim been around for a minute. He knew everything about January. It was hilarious, man. Jim hit me up in a comment. Pete, I'm sick of you talking about January because all you're doing is going on Twitch. And I was like, Twitch? What the hell? What are you talking about? There's no Twitch. I'm not going on Twitch. What are you talking about? I'm not doing nothing with Twitch. And it has nothing to do with Twitch at all. But yeah, I do think, well, what is it going to be? I don't even know what date. Tuesday, well, today now, it's going to be a busy day. I'll be up early. So you guys know, Pete, I finally catch you on a live. Juan Lopez, my friend. Everybody is good, man. How are you doing? Good to see you back. Everybody's good. Jim, I love you, man. Jim, no joke. Jim Duggan, you've been around for a minute. And I love Hacksaw Jim Duggan, too. Oh! You know what I mean. You guys, the old school guys know what I'm talking about. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. All right? So I love you anyway, Hacksaw. I love you, Hacksaw. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But guys, I will be available all day. You guys will see me on here. I'll be available. I'll be doing my thing. I am early tomorrow. Like I said, I got to be up early anyway. So, I'll be live tomorrow. I'm more than certain. I do think there's be some things that go down tomorrow. And anyway, we'll have news anyway. Asia Robertson says, Pete, they're telling you to look on Twitter. Well, if there's any news that breaks, this bad boy right here gets it before anything. Gets it before anything. So don't worry, fam. Don't you worry, fam. Let's see. There was something I saw here that I just wanted to talk about. DJ Steele says, any new music, by the way, Peter? Yeah, there should be, there likely will be new music in 2022 that will come out. Well, we'll see where that goes. But everything is done, but everything is taking a back seat right now. Do you think Correa signs somewhere tomorrow? I actually do. I'm going to get on that train. I think Story and Correa do sign tomorrow. I think Baez signs tomorrow too. I think it's going to be some busy news. I think it's going to be some busy news going down. And like I said, guys, I'll be up pretty early tomorrow. If there was anything to break tonight, your boy doesn't sleep. I'm always working on stuff. I'm always working on things and all that. So if anything, if it's after 3:30 or 4, then I'll probably be knocked out for a little bit. But again, I got to be up early tomorrow anyway. Got some things to do very early, like around 9 o'clock or so, 8, 9 o'clock. After that, I'll be free likely, and I'll get right back on here for you guys, and we'll be right here to talk about a lot of different things. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate you so much. I always talk about it. Everybody that contributed, everybody that signed up and subscribed to the page. Thank you so much for everything you guys do. And if anything, it won't be too long until we talk again. So, talk to you guys. Shoulder gangster. Oh, fam. Isaac, you got me on that one, fam. Shoulder Gangster would be a great song. It's getting better, man. Physical therapy again tomorrow. It's getting better. Yeah, guys, by the way, too, as you see right there, IG, Instagram. If you're on Instagram, follow me, NYY News Pete. That is the Instagram account for NY News. It's going to be very, very fun, loaded with content also. With that being said, guys, peace out. Talk to you guys later. Thank you. Tell me what you want.